Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the thumbnail, this is a bit of a different video. This is going to be a Dollar Tree haul, and more specifically, it's going to be a back to school supplies haul or like a teacher haul. So there are some things in this haul that I purchased for my classroom. I do work in special ed. I am a special education teacher in a self-contained environment, which means that my students are with me throughout the entire day. They'll go to specials like music or PE, and they'll go to lunch and they'll go to recess. But for the most part, they're in my room. And so I did purchase some things for my classroom and for the upcoming school year. But then I also purchased some school supplies for my students just so they had stuff ready for them when they come to the classroom in the beginning of the year. It's so crazy that school starts next month. I'm not ready for summer to end, but I was super excited to see what Dollar Tree had. So let's go ahead and do a little haul. We'll start off with some of the classroom materials for my students. And so I got 8 3-ring binders. They came in 4 different colors. They had a purple one, a green, a pink, and then they had blue. They had, like I said, 4 different colors. I have 5 students coming into this next year, and my plan with these 3-ring binders was for them to have their morning work in it. And so morning work, binder work, is like a good time for them to work on life skills, such as like practice writing their name, writing their address, writing out their phone number, working on money skills. And this is something that they should be able to do independently. And so my plan was, so I also got, and what I liked about Dollar Tree is they had these book bins in the same exact 4 colors as the binders. And this was like exciting to me because my plan with these was for each student to have their own color. Now I have 5 students, there were 4 colors, so 2 students are going to have the same color. It's okay, it's not the end of the world. And they'll have their names on the front anyways, but I kind of just wanted to like color coordinate it. I can't remember where I saw it from. It might have been from the Autism Helper, which is another resource available for special ed teachers. But yeah, I really like the idea of color coding. And so the purple bin would obviously have a purple binder, and I would just store these in my classroom with their binder in there. And I also got composition notebooks. Not necessarily, they didn't have the same colors as the 4 I just showed you, but it's just a place for my students to be able to keep their materials and work in one spot so they know where to go each day. They know, if student A knows that their color is purple, they'll go over, grab their purple folder, and start their morning work. Now, I just realized that these don't really fit the best. You kind of got to squeeze them in there, but I didn't really plan on having a whole lot in this book bin besides their 3-ring binder and a composition notebook. So, and for $1.25, can't really beat it. So I'm not going to be too picky about it. Because I believe I had something in my Amazon cart because it is Prime Day the next couple of days. And I had these in my Amazon cart. And I can't remember what the quantity was. It was definitely about 5 to 8 of these bins for $40. And I got 8 of these for $1.25 each. So, like I said, not going to be picky, especially as a teacher. I'll get what I can get. But yeah, I was really excited to see these. So I got 6 3-ring binders. So I have an extra 3-ring binder in there just in case. And then as well as some extra book bins because you just never know what you'll might want to use them for. So yeah. And then I got some composition notebooks. Now these might be cheaper actually at Walmart because these were each $1.25. My mother-in-law told me that today. She's a former teacher. She's retired. And so she kind of told me that today, but oh well, it's okay. But I got these composition notebooks because the teacher before me, she did this awesome thing, which I thought was so smart, but she would have them cut and glue their worksheets for science or social studies into here. when it was completed. And I just thought that was a really good idea to kind of keep all their work in one place. They're not worrying about where the worksheets are going to go. And so like I could just collect their composition notebooks, look through their work, and then put it back in their book bin. So like I said, I really only planned on using, putting these 3-ring binders and their composition notebook in that book bin, because I kind of want to steer away from keeping things in desks just because of a layout I have in mind going into next year. And I also apologize if I'm talking a little too quickly. I have quite a bit to get through, and so I didn't want this video to be too long. But yeah, so got those composition notebooks. I got, I think 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, I got 8 notebooks. Realizing I'm too short, but that's okay. I was gonna have 1 notebook for science and another one for social studies. So I'll just pick up 2 more at Walmart, or if I go back to Dollar Tree or something like that. But yeah, so those are the 3 kind of boring, not boring, but just kind of more bulky items. And then everything else is in this bin. And I want to start off with like this laundry basket. This was $1.25, and I got this to keep our outside equipment in. So I have a basketball and like a football and stuff like that, and this would fit perfectly in one of the cabinets in my classroom. And so I got this just because it's a little smaller and it would just fit what those outside items in. And if I don't end up using it for that, we also have a washer and dryer in my classroom, and we wash like our rags and stuff like that, and so can always use it as a laundry bin. But yeah, so starting off, I got these containers. I have more girls than boys, which is why I have probably a few more girl colors like pink. But these are storage containers, and so they have 2 side clips, come off, and I plan on kind of using that, putting their school supplies in this, so pencils, crayons, stuff like that, glue sticks. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to get more. They have bigger ones, and I'm thinking in the bigger ones I'll put their art materials in, art supplies, so crayons, markers, those things. And then in here they can keep their pencils, an eraser, glue sticks, scissors, stuff like that. So I got, those were 3. Here's purple for, yeah, I believe I got 6, and then blue, and then green. So yeah, I really like these containers. They are very durable. The teacher before me, the students had them last year, and they lasted throughout the entire year. And so I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then this is something that they'll keep in these bins. So there are some independent task bins I have for the students that require a dry erase marker, such as like if they have to circle the answer or write out the word. Use dry erase because it's just easy to wipe off at the end, and everything's laminated. And so I got a pack of 8 dry erase markers, and so they'll have their own dry erase marker in their bin. That way I'm not having to worry about making sure that there's a dry erase marker in each task bin. They'll just have their own in their desk, so that'll help a lot. Also got a pack of 8 glue sticks for when they're cutting out their worksheets and gluing it into their composition notebooks. Got some highlighters, something I really like to do to kind of help them go back in a reading to like find an answer. I like to have them highlight throughout. It's kind of like, and I do like kind of like a we do in a way. And so like I'll model for them the highlighting and where we highlight, and they'll do it on their worksheet. And so I really like doing that because it helps them go back in the text and find pieces of information. And so I got some highlighters for them. And then I got each student their own pack of color pencils. They're pre-sharpened, which is really, really nice. And it has 12 colors in here. And I'm going to go back and get, like, these would fit perfectly in these containers. But I'm thinking with the markers and the crayons, it might be a little too bulky. And so I'm just going to go back, and they had some bigger containers. So I'm going to get some bigger containers for the kids to keep their art supplies in. So it's less chaotic in those little containers. So got 5 of those. And then somewhere in here I have the other 4, but I also got 5 markers, 5 washable markers. And honestly, you guys, these work great, just as well as Crayola. So I got 5 of those. The other 4 are in the bottom of the basket. I got some hole punches because for our classroom coffee business, we sell, well, coffee. We don't really sell coffee. We sell like sodas and snacks to staff once a week. And so we also offer like gift cards or punch cards. And so the kids really enjoy doing that. So I got another one of these. And I actually got, there we go. I got 2 of them because they're $1.25. I'm pretty sure at Hobby Lobby I got one for my house. And the one at Hobby Lobby was close to $10. And so I got 2 each for $1.25. And my plan for the other one is to create a task bin for them for where they can like hole punch just random pieces of paper. Just practice the hole punch, which is a great fine motor skill to work on. Because I noticed last year with some of my students when they were trying to hole punch like the punch cards for teachers, it was a little challenging. And so I thought this would be a great bin idea for them to work on that. And hole punching is hard. I struggle with it as well. Okay, so kind of some things I was excited about. So I don't really have a whole lot of like independent work activities for them. Really just books. And a lot of the time my students like to either look through books or color and draw. But I wanted to have some more options. And so I got some puzzles. This is a 48-piece puzzle. And it's Lilo and Stitch. And it comes in this box, which I think is awesome. And it's very small and compact. So honestly, I might use like one of these book bins. And you could easily just put them in like that. So that might be a way I use my extra book bins. But then I got a Disney Princess one, 48 pieces as well. And it shows them on the back, like what the finished puzzle should look like. I didn't realize that puzzles are like really fun, but they can be time consuming, especially during testing week. They really enjoy doing puzzles. And so now this one is 60 pieces. So this one is a little bit bigger. And it's just of the United States. And I like that, like for each state, it has like a symbol to go with it. And so for Illinois, it has like the Chicago skyline. Let's see, Florida, it has like a flamingo and some oranges. And so I thought that was pretty neat. And then I got this 24-piece one with the alphabet. And then it has a picture of what goes with each letter. So like watermelon for W, apple for A. And so yeah, they had a really big puzzle selection. A lot more options than these 4 I got, but yeah, I really liked them. And I already have 2 other puzzles in my classroom, so we'll have 6 total, which is a good variety. And some other items I got kind of like for free time or downtime is they had these awesome metal container, look how small those are, games. And I like these because they don't have to get out a full-on game board to play the game. So I got Sorry. And it's still wrapped up in the plastic, but on the back side, if you look, the bottom container, so this piece is the game board. So all you have to do is just take the lid off. It has the pieces in the inside, and then the container itself is the game board. And I just thought that was really cool. It's small and compact, so they could play with a friend at their desk. And it's just not taking up a whole lot of space in the classroom, which I really like because one student could be working on the puzzle at a table, and 2 other students could be, you know, playing a game. So I really liked how small and compact these were. So I got Sorry. Oop. I got Guess Who. And now I'm not sure how Guess Who works because it doesn't show on the back. But got Guess Who. And I apologize for the lighting, you guys. I'm using the window as lighting and the sun keeps like going in and out, so I apologize about that. And then I got Connect 4. And these were the most expensive items in the haul. These were $3 each, but still a really good deal. And as you can see on the back side, the bottom container is where they would place those like little coins for Connect 4. So I thought these were really, really cool. And like I said, small and compact in a classroom. And so it looks like just the rest of this stuff is some items I've already kind of gone through. So here's the rest of the washable markers I got. And then now these might be cheaper to get at Walmart as well. My mother-in-law shared that with me. Kind of like with the composition notebooks. I believe they have like boxes of crayons at Walmart for less than $1. But I got the crazy art ones, and what really drew me to these is they're larger, they're jumbo crayons, and they're triangular shaped. And so I just feel like this is a really great option for special ed, just helping gripping the crayons and stuff like that. And so I got 5 of those, 1 for each kid. And then I'm realizing I purchased 2 extra containers. So I got extra containers there. But honestly, it's good to have backup, maybe just in case one does break, then I have extras on hand, or I could use them for myself in the classroom. But really all this is for my kids. And yeah, and then the basket. But yeah, that's everything I got from Dollar Tree. I'll definitely be going back and getting more of these containers. They had them in a lot of different shapes and sizes, and they had like more square ones. I almost stopped by Dollar Tree on my way home today, but I didn't because I was tired. I have been out running errands already, so I was tired. I just wanted to come home, but they had like square ones, same concept with the clips and lid, and I'm just gonna go back and get those for their art supply. So they'll have one for art supplies and then the other for like pencils, erasers, scissors, their dry erase marker, etc. But yeah, that's the haul. I'm checking to see if I missed anything. I did not. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a bit different of a video. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Please remember to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!